Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Inspire Sports Netball Europe U17 Championship event here in Huddersfield this weekend. Day one, and so far we've had 3 great games here in Huddersfield. And remember, this is a new format championship this year with 5 teams competing over the next 3 days in 10 key matches. England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are joined for the first time by the winners of the Netball Europe U17 Challenge event in October last year. It does mean though that on Sunday, whilst we will also have 1 winner, we will have 1 team being relegated to the challenge section, so all to play for here this weekend. Today so far, up next is Emirates v Scotland. Both teams have already played once today. Emirates came away with a 1-goal win against Netball Northern Ireland, and Scotland will be disappointed with the loss to Wales. I'm Lynn Carpenter and I'm delighted to be joined this evening by Jerry Maguire. Jerry, welcome.
Thanks, Lynn.
Now, new format this weekend, 4 games so far today when we complete. Teams playing twice a day here. What are your thoughts about the event so far?
Yeah, it's been a great opener to the weekend, Lynn. The quality has been just outstanding. The first game today saw the goals end to end all the way to the wire with a 1-goal win for Emirates, and highly contested games throughout the day, so it's going to be a great weekend for netball.
And of course that key point, which is there is a relegation battle on here this week, so Emirates have come up for the first time. We move to Gibraltar next weekend for the Under-17 Challenge, and the 5 teams there will literally be competing for a team here next March.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It is a different dynamic and different thought process that the management teams have to go through. No one can afford to lose here consistently. You have to rein it back in really quickly. If you've had a loss in day one, you have to keep yourself up there and contesting to stay up in the championship section.
And from the 2 teams we've seen today, so Emirates took that very exciting 1-goal win against Northern Ireland literally on the last whistle of the game. Who were some of the key players for them?
Oh, I think their shooting combination. We had Allen and Stapley in there. They were really dominant and very controlled. Stapley led from the front as the captain. I think she did a really good leadership role on court and brought the team through when the pressure came back on from Northern Ireland, who really challenged them all the way to the wire.
And Scotland disappointed with the loss, but some very experienced players out there too.
Yeah, there are a few who have been here before at a Netball Europe competition. We've seen Emma Barry, the goal shooter, out in court, Erin Borland. So yes, we certainly have some experience, but a lot of youth on court too.
So as you can see, the teams are beginning to take to the court. So let me tell you who the starting 7 are for each of the teams this evening. So first up for Emirates, goal shooter Allen. Goal attack Stapley and captain, Sharma in at wing attack, Van Heerden at centre, wing defence is Sproul, goal defence is Warren and goalkeeper Sefi, and coach for the Emirates is Deb Jones. Now introducing Netball Scotland to you this evening, as Jerry's just said, goal shooter Barry, who will be the on-court captain this evening. Goal attack Cairns, McKnighton at wing attack, Boland at centre, wing defence Atkinson, goal defence Sherry and goalkeeper Grant, and the Scotland coach is Kim Wharton. Shortly to get the teams underway this evening, our umpires for this match are Brian Edwards and Kate Mann, with the reserve Claire Williams. So Jerry, how's it going to go?
Yeah, I think at least both teams have now blown the nerves away. We could see that from both as they started their opening matches today. They've had that chance now to settle, try out some combinations. This is a different starting 7 for Scotland, certainly since the one that started against Wales. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
So the first whistle of the game, Emirates takes the first centre pass. Really nice.
Very composed. That's exactly the start the Emirates would be looking for, taking it through to goal and converting.
And conversely, a bit of a force ball there down the other end. When you have a team like Emirates come up from the other section, none of these teams, England, Netball, Scotland or Wales, have played each other a few times, although this level under 17 players new.
Yeah, the players are always new, you know, in the most part, year on year, but for the Emirates, this is a whole new experience of playing at this level of competition. and they are the unknown factor to most of the teams who are up against them, so there has to be some really quick learnings from Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales this weekend.
So Sharma again finding Allen under the post. 2-0 to Emirates, their centre pass.
That was really good pressure, and Scotland needed that turnover because Emirates punished their initial error on attack in the last centre pass.
So a great ball in by McKnight, finding 6'4" Barry under the post.
Yeah, it's a really well placed feed, and we've got a bit of a mismatch in height in the centre, in the circle there with the goalkeeper Sethi. She's slightly a lot shorter than Emma Barry, but you can see the work of the Emirates defence forcing the long ball off the back line. That's what Sethi needs them to do.
So pressure from Scotland, making it difficult for them to bring the ball out.
That's a lovely ball into the pocket and straight feeds to Allen under the post and converts again for Emirates. They're taking a really quick early lead here.
So 3-1, Emirates their centre pass.
That was a really clever box out there by Anna Sherry. Just took the ball side and managed to get the rebound, but another error forces the ball back to Emirates.
So hard for these young teams, not only playing possibly some of them international netball for the first time, but we're asking them to play 2 games in one day.
Yeah, it is a big ask. It's a big ask at any age and stage, but to be potentially your first international cap a few hours ago and to be back on court, it's all about the recovery in between, how they compose themselves.
So looking for the long feed in. Good pressure by the 2 defenders in there, Warren and Sethi.
Yeah, Warren has a really good game this morning, Lynn, at goalkeeper. I'm really interested to see how she supports that team and brings the ball through court.
So Barry slots that one in, 3-all. Emirates centre. Really well read by Boland there, Jerry.
Yeah, she's got a really good eye and really reads the play well, has good vision, keeps her eye on the ball and wins some excellent ball for Scotland. Just needs to do it more consistently throughout this game than the last one.
So Barry not afraid to put the ball up from distance and playing both sides of the goal circle there.
That's unusual, you know, for someone so tall. We usually see them at this age potentially rooted under the post, but she is a mover and she certainly is not scared to put a long shot up.
So great recovery by Cairns, keeping the ball in play for Scotland.
And just that height advantage, able to win the rebound back and give Barry a second shot at the goal, which she converts. Scotland taking the lead now, 5-3.
Good pressure by Scotland, all the defenders there.
That's a lovely shot, long shot by Allen, which she did consistently well this morning.
Keeps Emirates, importantly, in touching distance at this early stage. The first quarter here in the 4th game of the day. Just over 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Scotland constantly forcing that overhead ball and hunting from the back.
Yeah, they are forcing quite a few errors here. Emirates trying to keep composed. They did that very well in their first game. They were not forced into playing the front ball. They're quite comfortable to play the side or the back ball and keep possession. That's good support by Sherry through court as the goal defence. Perfect feed into Barry under the post.
And it takes the gap to 2. Scotland lead 6-4. They really are putting a lot of pressure around the circle, Scotland collectively as a pack there.
Yeah, and you can see it's worked. They've got the held ball and the turnover. And again, good composure, happy to play the ball back and keep possession rather than force the long ball.
Good shot again by Cairns. Good balanced play there in the Scotland goal circle.
Yeah, they work really well together. They're in quite a relatively new combination. Keris is not long into the national system at this age group. Represented us down at the UK school games back in late August, September. But certainly making our mark on court for Scotland in this competition. And that was an unfortunate error there by Emma Grant. Kept her eyeing the ball. Thought she'd stole it, but just out of court. So it's an Emirates back line.
I think Grant is the ripe old age of 14.
She is. Yeah, we should hopefully be seeing her at Netball Europe for quite some years.
Good composure by Emirates there. Score 8 to Scotland, Emirates 5. Just under 7 minutes now, this very first quarter here. Another good period of play by Scotland, keeping the pressure on Emirates.
And again, good hands over by Anna Sherry. Great swing of the ball by Shapley. A well worked goal.
Important because it keeps them within 3. Scotland centre pass. And there we see Barry out again. Good interplay with Cairns. Important for Emirates this one. 4-goal gap to try and pin it back down.
And Allen's drawn the foul just under the post and converts that one easily.
So with just over 5 minutes to go at this quarter remaining, you still see a 3-goal lead for Scotland. Clever play by Scotland, just allowing the goal attack to draw the goal defence from Emirates off and create really the pop into Barry.
Well worked. I'm sure it's something they work quite often at training. And good strong holds by Barry. Oh, that's a great win. Take by Erin Boland. That's one of our trademark steals. Good hands in by Warren there, breaking up the Scotland flow.
So that's really exactly what Sophie needs to do, which is get her pinned into the post and give Scotland no space. So good defence by Emirates.
Yeah, it was good defence. It was good hands over the ball by Windy Goldie outside the circle, forcing the long ball.
So 12-7 now. Scotland lead their centre pass.
Good work by McKnight round the circle. She is hitting the top of the circle as a wing attack, which is what you want. Having a nice clear vision of a feed, but an uncharacteristic miss by Barry.
But immediately, really good pressure by Scotland again. The transfer from attack to defence working really well.
It is, they are working hard at this. Contact by Grant there, a bit too forceful in the attempt to win the ball.
Nice use of circle. Another miss, unfortunately, but great recovery.
Yeah, it's just that time, you know, to win the ball, take a breath, make your choice wisely.
So after that interplay where Emirates couldn't quite put the ball away, they get a great interception.
Yeah, it was good work by the wing attack. Sharma just bringing the ball back to Emirates possession. Grant called for contact again. Just not sinking as consistently as they were in the first game. Might be a little bit of tiredness creeping in already.
Nice pressure by Van Heerden there for the Emirates. There's the drop ball. Scotland is making it really difficult with that off-body marking to bring the ball down.
Yeah, they're flooding the centre court, and I think you can imagine the vision from Emirates looking down court is just a sea of purple at the moment, so they need to do something to work their way through that, over it, or around it.
So with 2 minutes to go to the first quarter time, 5 goals in it. Neither side really settling particularly well in this quarter, Jerry.
No, a lot of errors. I'm sure that both coaching teams will be focusing on that just to tidy that up. A lot of it is unforced errors. There's not pressure on when it's happening, so it's certainly workable.
So I remember hearing when Stapey was interviewed as the winning captain in that first game today, she talked about the coach, Deb Jones, team talk at three-quarter time, which she said really made them buck their ideas up. So
I can imagine.
I'm wondering whether they'll experience that this quarter. I think the advice from both coaches will be just to tidy it up, look after the ball, possession.
Oh, it's a lovely shot from Shapley from distance.
So we have just over a minute to go. Emirates centre pass again.
And again,
trailing,
good hands over there.
Absolutely, trailing by 4 goals. Really nice vision.
And sometimes that's what it takes to look over the clutter in front of you, so it was a really good spot. Again, lovely placement from Erin Boland into Barry.
So will Emirates be able to score off their centre pass? Keep within touching distance? Not if Sherry has anything to do with it.
And unlucky there. I think just a really good tip. It called for contact.
Confidently puts the other one away. Less than 10 seconds.
Oh, that's great work by Warren to slow that attack down. Umpires have held time as the ball went out of court by distance. Needs to go in. A great spot by McKnight. Just too slow. Goal doesn't count.
So we end the first quarter here with a 3-goal game. Scotland on 13, Emirates on 10. Probably a reflection of the unforced errors a little bit. Lots of opportunities, but neither team really settling quickly.
Yeah, certainly got a little bit scrappy towards the end of that first quarter, and I'm sure it's a key focus coaching points by both management teams here, just to tidy it up, work hard for each other, simple, straightforward netball, get the ball from A to B and convert.
And it's a big year in this region this year, with England hosting the 2019 Netball World Cup, as we know, and we have 3 teams competing there this year. It'll be interesting to see in the years to come, Jerry, how many of these young players go into
Absolutely
the future and play in a Netball World Cup.
Yeah, it's what they should all be aspiring to do, and to have that showcase in our region in England in July is amazing. Hopefully lots of these young players will have tickets to go and watch their idols in action and cheer them on, and hopefully one day pull on the senior dress and have the same experience.
And of course Scotland qualified for the Netball World Cup, so we'll be heading south to Liverpool, not too long a distance actually. So for all the 3 teams here competing, not only for England but also for Northern Ireland and Scotland, it's almost like a home championship.
Yeah, it is. It's as good as it gets, unless it was in Glasgow. You know, certainly it's just down the road for us. It's slightly so much better than halfway across the world, so we can have a travelling support. You know, you can tune in obviously in the same time zone, so yeah, it's lots of benefits. You know, there's no acclimatisation to a different time zone, to different culture. Yeah, it really is a benefit to all the home nations here to be travelling to England.
So we're delighted, of course, to be hosting a number of events as Netball Europe. This weekend we're delighted to be here in Huddersfield. Next weekend we head to our friends Gibraltar in the Rock for the Under-17 Challenge event, where we see 5 of our other member countries participating. In May we move to the Isle of Man, who are hosting their first ever international championship, and we'll talk to Pip Cross, who's president of the Isle of Man, at half time. And of course we then really look forward to the Netball World Cup in July. What a year ahead for netball.
That's fantastic. It couldn't get any better. I'm really excited and looking forward to it.
So, as you can probably imagine, both sets of coaching staff talking to their players. Expecting any changes quarter time, Jerry?
I wouldn't, but who knows. But I would say they would give them their starting 7 that time to settle. You know, they have got their little wobbles out of themselves in the first 15 minutes, that little bit of inconsistency and the general fundamental errors that crept in. So I would imagine they would give them time to settle through the next quarter and then make their next decisions from there.
But of course, what do we know? We're not coaches, and how many times have we been wrong before?
Yeah.
So both teams now getting ready to retake the court. 13-10 the score, with Scotland leading Emirates on what has been a really good first day of play here this weekend. And if you're tuning in from home, you're very welcome to be here, of course. Remember, get in touch with us on our hashtag NE Under-17 Champs, and we'll keep your messages coming through. Really pleased and keen to hear from you. I hope you're enjoying the commentary brought to you by our partners QTV Sport and Inspire Sport.
And we do have a change there, Lynn, in the Scotland lineup. We see Erin Borland has gone to the bench, the centre, and we see Nina Mowat coming off the bench, the captain, taking to court for the first time in this competition.
I think there was people wondering why she hadn't been on the court beforehand. Any insight into that, Jerry?
I don't have that insider information, I'm afraid.
So Mowat now at the centre for Scotland on the court. Turnover is well forced. And Emirates pass. Barry successful. Great hands there by Van Heerden, very competitive.
And lucky for Shapely, she just couldn't control that pick-up.
So do you think we'll see a different style of play now? Mowat's on for Scotland?
Yeah, she's probably a little bit speedier in her initial movement. You know, Erin is a really good ball watcher and can steal some excellent ball, but she has a different style of player. You see actually Erin, apologies, I said she's gone to bench, she's gone back to goalkeeper. I'm just waiting on the official changes come in. Here they are.
Yeah, so Boland is back at goalkeeper there, and that vision and interception ability probably really helps her. We've seen a few changes in Emirates, so Warren back to the goalkeeper position she started in the first game this morning. We have Russo on at wing attack for Emirates. Sproul moves to goal defence, and we have a new wing defence, Gottschalk on court 2.
And just another miss there by Allen. She's not as consistent in this game so far. She'll be looking to up her percentage conversions quickly.
Barry almost put the ball in the court. Opportunity now for Emirates. Few wobbles there by Gottschalk, first time on in this match. She played in the first game, didn't she?
She did come on in the first game. She just probably needs a couple of minutes to settle into the speed of the game and get her eye in.
Barry most certainly doesn't need to get her eye in now, and that goal takes Scotland to 18 against 10.
Well, that was excellent centre pass, really good first time release, but not converted by Barry, but a really good pick up by Cairns, who manages to secure the goal in the second attempt. Good pressure by Atkinson there.
Right, 1-2 between centre and Allen there for Emirates. Few uncharacteristic misses.
Yeah, we just need to get a little bit of height in that shot back from Barry there. She's undershooting at the moment.
So 20 against 11. Great reading there again by Boland. Still perhaps not as clean a game as we might want in terms of unforced errors, effective passing, not perhaps seeing the opposition arms.
Yeah, there's still too many basic errors happening on both sides. That was a nice transition, nice through court play from Scotland there.
So for the first time we've got a 10-goal gap here in Huddersfield. 5 minutes gone. 21 plays 11.
Excellent arms over the ball by Van Heerden again. Just unlucky not to take that cleanly.
She was out of court. So Scotland throw in. So 22 playing 11. And it's had a slow start in this quarter, only one goal so far.
Lovely shot there, really nice composure. So she had taken huge breath before she let that one go.
There is something about teams scoring a really clean shot like that which lifts the rest of their players. And they've just won the turnover off Scotland's centre pass.
Sherry called for obstruction on Shapley. She'll lay the ball off to Allen. Nice goal for Emirates. Brings the score Emirates 13, Scotland 22.
Sherry reminds me of another Scotland player. whose mum I know very well from earlier playing days.
Miss Sutherland? No? Bethany?
Yes. Oh,
well held.
Great take by Boland. Fantastic control off the back line.
Nice little high five. Well
Deserves
done from Sherry.
Nice choice there. Both defenders went back. Got attack, pop forward.
Yeah, it was a good choice, a feed by Mort.
So 23 plays 13, halfway now through this second quarter.
And Barry deemed to be pushing off Warren there, so Emirates turnover.
Effective marking there.
Oh, and another great take. That's exactly what she's been put in there to do.
Must be at least 5 interceptions now she's taken in this game.
And a great spot by McKnight. She's not afraid to let that ball go from distance.
And found Barry easily under the post, 24-13. Lucky there, tried to get some distance in. Didn't score the goal. Emirates have got to react a bit quicker. That's a lot of space down the court there for Scotland.
Yeah, that's a lovely passage of play from Scotland there. Quick first time release by all players. Straight under post and converted by Barry. Just mixing it up a bit there with Barry coming out for the ball outside the circle.
So Cairns, great hands there by Sproul in there. Good timing on the jump despite the height.
Yeah, it was well won, well deserved.
But equally excellent pressure back from Scotland to win the throw-in.
And another easy giveaway with a footwork call. Nice hands there by Mort, just tipping the ball out of court to break up the flow.
Equally good feed, lovely time on the jump. Again by Boland, getting that tip and then the rebound.
Yeah. Nearly not quite enough on there. Barry just managing to scoop it in.
So 26 plays 13. Just 5 minutes to go now until half time here in Huddersfield.
Unlucky there by Boland, got the tip but just offside.
Also coming down. Allen. Footwork. It's the strength of the Scottish defence there.
Yeah, they're certainly putting the Emirates under immense pressure, causing some unforced errors. A good hands in by Warren again.
She's doing more damage back at goalkeeper than she was out at goal
Yeah,
defence.
I think she's got more time to sight the ball and she's got lovely range.
So from some distance, Barry has a go, gets the rebound. 14 goals now, the difference, 27-13. Nice interception there by Sproul.
Yeah, that was great hands over and good vision to steal the ball back.
think Emirates thought there might have been a tip on the ball.
So
Umpire
too,
didn't
from
agree.
this angle. It's a great turn by McKnight, yeah. She's got a really good quick turn, faces the way she wants to go, quick release of the ball.
(28-13). Looks like McKnight's gone off with an injury. Shame, because she's been having a really positive game and impact.
And again, another challenge by Erin Borland.
Good shot by Stapley, the captain there. Closes the gap by 1, but still Scotland lead at 14. We're into the last 3 minutes of this quarter now.
And a nice pop through by Barry. Good feed in by Cairns.
So Emirates possibly disappointed with the scoreline so far.
Oh, great hands by Anna Sherry, but a good pick up outside the circle by Van Heerden. Back to Allen, unconverted.
Great release there under the post from Cairns to find Barry.
Yeah, nice simple straight first phase, second phase into circle, centre pass by Scotland.
So 30 plays 15, 2 minutes on the clock.
See the hesitancy there from Van Heerden to release the ball into the circle.
Just needs a bit more of a lift there, Allen.
It's a lovely baseline drive by Keris and a nice converted shot. Brings the score 16 Emirates, 31 Scotland. Emirates centre pass.
So last minute here, Jerry, until half time. It will have a tale of two teams in terms of one perhaps being happier than the other. I think Scotland have came out much stronger in this quarter.
Yeah, they've certainly contested better. They're winning a lot more ball and actually taking that through to goal and converting. So they will certainly be happier with the second quarter performance. Lovely passage of play from Scotland, using the pocket ball into Barry, who converts.
Deemed to be out of court, but Barry successfully wins the interception and scores a goal back. So 15 seconds left. Scotland centre pass, Empire confirms. Just holding the time. And really clever play by Scotland.
Nice shooter ball.
Yeah, takes us into half time with Scotland leading 33 goals to Emirates 16. So much better second quarter by Scotland.
Yeah, certainly they will be happier with that. I'm sure they want to push on now and maybe get some other legs fresh onto court. 2 games in the one day, as we say, is tough for everyone, so certainly happier.
So will we expect to see some changes perhaps from Emirates here, do you think?
I think they have to do something. They need maybe some fresh legs off the bench just to put a bit of injection of speed, a bit more composure on the ball. So yeah, I'm sure we'll maybe see some more changes coming.
And with regards to the height difference in their circles, Emirates are really almost leaving it to the last man standing to try to make a difference against Barry. And even as effective as Warren is being at the back there needs to be more pressure.
She needs more help. Yeah, she needs her centre and her wing attack, hands over ball, forcing the long ball in to give her time to sight it and come through, maybe playing off the body of Barry and coming through and taking the interception.
So we'll have a look at some of the replays for the earlier part of the game. Leave that with you for a couple of minutes to enjoy. I'm just going to welcome shortly Pip Cross into the commentary box. So, Pip Cross, President of Isle of Man, welcome.
Thank you.
Here in a voluntary capacity today, as if we're ever at netball in any other capacity at all.
Absolutely, Lynn. It's great fun though, isn't it? Just seeing it from a different angle, so it's really good.
And Jerry and I were talking earlier that Isle of Man will be hosting your very first international event in May.
We are. It's only 8 weeks away. We're very excited.
And how do you feel being here this weekend is helping?
It's a great opportunity to learn. I've been fortunate to see 2 events from a delegate point of view, the Open in Gibraltar in May last year and the Under-17s in Dublin in October, but it's really good to see it from a different perspective, as you say, as a volunteer, but looking after a team this weekend. But yeah, soaking it all up and learning loads for
So
8
we'll
weeks
expect
time.
good things when we get to the Isle of Man in May.
Absolutely, nothing less, Lynn, nothing less.
And of course next weekend it's the turn of your Under-17s, the Isle of Man, to
Yep.
head to Gibraltar, competing against the 5 other member countries there. So we'll see Gibraltar, Malta, Ireland, Switzerland and yourselves taken to the court. Big prize at stake this time, Pip. One of those teams will find themselves here, perhaps not in Huddersfield, but at the Under-17 Championships next year.
Well, again, that's just something that's massive to play for, isn't it? So it's a really good opportunity for the girls, and they've been training really, really hard. We've got quite a different squad this year because we lost quite a few of the girls last year up into the next age group. So, but every confidence in the girls that are going to go out next weekend. So really looking forward to that one as well.
And today we've seen all the teams here take to the court today. Some have played twice. Emirates and Scotland are in their second match of the day. What's your prediction for this tournament then? Who do you think are proving really strong?
England obviously looking very, very strong. Really enjoyed that match earlier on. Scotland have come out fighting in this second quarter after a really tight sort of first quarter against Emirates. So probably England looking the favourites at the moment, but I think it's all play for second.
And indeed, who will stay up and who may disappear this weekend is difficult to tell with the way the teams are playing.
I think it's definitely difficult to tell who will, who might not succeed, but and who might go to the challenge section. But yeah, I think all the teams will be obviously fighting to stay in this group, definitely.
And do you think anybody from the Isle of Man will be back home watching and tuning in this weekend to our live streaming?
They are, yeah. I've had messages. There are quite a few people watching at home, enjoying the spectacle.
Good. Well, I'm pleased to hear that, and we wish you every bit of luck when it comes to the Open. We're looking forward to coming to Isle of Man for the first time, and looking forward to seeing what you have to offer us.
Yeah, looking forward to welcoming everybody. It'll be really, really good.
Good. Well, enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you very much, Lynn.
So as the teams get ready to restart this second half, where Scotland have been very dominant so far in the first 2 quarters, half-time score 33-16. So 17 goal difference between the 2 sides. Jerry, with such a big gap, we always say it's never over until the final whistle, but what are your thoughts about how Emirates really need to come out in this second 30 minutes? Yeah,
they need to come out hard now. They did really contest every ball in the first game of today, and they're just a little bit off the pace just now. So I think Devs will be looking for them to really refocus, regroup. They know what they're capable of. They can certainly bring a little bit more to the table today. So I think we'll see a little bit more fight in the third quarter here from Emirates.
And conversely, Scotland, perhaps more of what happened in that last quarter?
Yeah, they'll be looking to push on now a little bit and bring even more, so for potential changes we can see some of the other shooters. Zara Flett warming up, looks as though Keris Cairns is dropping back to goal shooter with Barry moving to bench. Zara Flett coming on at goal attack potentially, so you know they're maybe trying out some combinations, resting some legs because they have another big game tomorrow, so yeah, it's all to play for here.
And of course today is day one of 3 days of fantastic netball here in Huddersfield, the Under-17 Championships. You can tune in live stream tomorrow morning to watch England take on Northern Ireland in our first match going live at 10, and then Wales v Emirates will be up at 12 o'clock. 4 games tomorrow, 2 on Sunday, and we will live stream the final and presentation of the winners too. And of course, one of the aspects of the tournament which is always interesting is that each match the coach of the opposition votes for the player who they feel were best in the opposition team. So on day one, do you think anyone's been outstanding so far who may be a candidate for the player of the tournament?
I think there's been a few good performances from individuals, you know, certainly some really good unit work and teamwork, but there's been a few individuals stood out. You know, our English captain stood up really well. She won some amazing ball, took some fabulous interceptions. Her elevation, her jump is just something to be in awe of. We had Warren, I think, stood up really well for Emirates today. She has won a lot of ball too, and their captain stood up shapely, so I'm sure there's a lot of names coming to mind for the coaching teams just now, but I think it's a really good thing, you know, that you actually acknowledge the opposition, something that they're bringing to the table and challenging your team and nominating their player of the match.
So if you agree with Jerry or not as the case may be, why don't you let us know your views and contact us on our hashtag #NeUnder17Champs. We'd really be pleased to hear from you. Hopefully you're joining in, and it may be a Friday night, but where else would you rather be than here at netball? And as you can see, as the teams take to the court, we have, probably not surprisingly, got a number of substitutions to bring to you. So for Emirates, Van Heerden, who's been playing centre, moves to goal attack. Begley comes on at centre, Borley in at wing defence, and Stapley moves to goal defence. So quite a lot of flexibility there on their court. For Scotland, as you said, Jerry, Cairns moves back to go shooter and Flett's on at goal attack. So here we go again, third quarter. Cairns with the ball. Good start.
So there's a lot to think about here for both teams. You know, we've got different combinations, different players that they need to analyse and work out really quickly how to maximise their strengths, capitalise on weaknesses. So it'll be interesting to see who settles quickly into the third quarter.
So we did think that possibly Emirates would run the changes, and they've done exactly that.
That's another great feed in by McMichael to Cairns, who took it, the ball really strongly, challenged heavily by Warren.
So Alan still in there at goal shooter for Emirates.
It's just interesting to see the flexibility in the Emirates players going from shooting to defence circles. It's great to have that option in their bag. Maybe not quite yet nailed what their first choice is.
Perhaps that's a result of being relatively new to this level of competition, Jerry?
Possibly, yeah.
So Scotland taking full advantage of their combination changes. 20-goal lead now, moving at 37-16.
So a late challenge there by Anna Sherry, pulled for contact, taking her out of the circle. Emirates will be looking to capitalise on this.
Alan.
Good positioning by Van Heerden in the circle there to win the rebound.
It's an unusual substitution, centre to goal attack.
Yeah, highly unusual.
Obviously, Borley did well then with the hands over the ball, pressure to knock it out. Stapley now in at goal defence rather than goal attack. Great shot by Cairns.
And she is a dominant player, Stapley, so you know, potentially putting her back to defensive, bring that energy and leadership into the back, win some ball, turn over some ball and get it back into Emirate hands.
I think coaches always talk about the options that players bring in a squad, and it's not just necessarily about the best 7 players, it's about the ones who combine the best and offer the options. So Emirates pull one back. Gap still 20 though, 38-18.
Yeah, and good defensive pressure by Emirates in that Scotland centre pass, causing the handling error by McMichael. And great work by Flett. Don't often see a goal attack winning ball in the centre third, so great work.
Who might disagree with you,
I'm sure they would.
That was a really lovely shot by Flett. So exciting day for these teams again tomorrow. Allen scores another, keeps that goal difference to 20, 39, now plays 19. 10 minutes left until 3/4 time.
And good rebounding by Cairns.
There's a wry smile to herself. She probably says I should have got the first one in. Hands and vision there.
And just the Scotland defence committing to go for the flying intercept, and this time leaving the Emirates shooters exposed.
It was very close, just over the line there. Cairns, lovely shot.
Strong positioning there by Allen. Great take, great conversion.
Both teams settling in now with the substitutions at half time.
Oh, that's a lovely feed by McMichael. Great take by Cairns and converted for Scotland. Bit of a gift for Boland, too much height on it, but a good steal.
So just under 9 minutes left here in this last game today. Great interception there.
Yeah, that was a well-worked centre pass defence by Emirates, rewarded by the steal.
Judged to have contacted if she went for that interception. Sherry, so 43-22.
Oh, that's a lovely centre pass by Emirates. Unfortunate miss at close range by Allen.
So what can Sutton do?
It's fortunate bouncing the ball there straight into the hands of Cairns.
Effective shot, 45 now, plays 22.
Nice placement in the long ball into Allen.
Van Heerden using her vision in her centre role to feed the shooter really effectively. She knew it was coming, didn't quite know where. What do the coaches say? Never turn your back on the ball.
Absolutely. Good pick up by Zara Flett again. She settled in really quickly to this Scotland lineup. And we see a timeout called by Susie Atkinson, and Nina Moat moving back to wing defence for Scotland. And we have Lucy Chen back on at centre where she started her game this morning.
Karen's really dominating that side of the circle.
Yeah, she is really. She's a strong body, strong player in the circle for Scotland at the moment. Taking the lead comfortably and directing play. And just a long ball forced off the back line by good defensive pressure from Scotland.
So remember, if you're at home, you want to get in touch with us on social media, please do so using our hashtag NEUnder17Champs. We've had quite a lot of people commenting on some of the earlier games. So Susie Drain, a name we know well.
We do indeed.
From our Welsh netball friends. Really pleased with the performance of Wales. Jess Clinton thought England played particularly well. And Natalie Pepperell, I think we know her, tweeting as well. That's really effective defence there by Emirates, not giving either of the shooters any space, but good patience by Scotland, forced a decision by the defenders and created that opportunity.
Absolutely. Really good defence, but good composure by Scotland to work the ball through to goal. An unfortunate mishandling of the ball by Van Heerden. Scotland back in possession.
So a few other people tuning in. Hanley Clements, you're very welcome to be with us from down in Surrey. I hope you're enjoying the netball. Originally from South Africa, but now based over here. So seeing what we have to offer in this part of the world.
Good pressure by Emirates defence there, forcing Cairns to land off court. So Emirates in possession with Warren.
That is really good pressure again down the court. Concentration there, you can see on Cairns' face, and really read the ball fantastically. So we have some young viewers as well tuning in. So young Dylan Hook, I understand you're watching down there in Surrey too. Hope you're enjoying the netball. Great shot there again by Flett. That combination of Flett and Cairns being as effective as the first one for Scotland.
It is indeed. It's working really well, and Flett did the right thing there. She was off balance when she took the ball in the first attempt. So a quick ball out to her wing attack and back in to compose herself for the shot.
Space for Van Helden there. Caught between the decision to shoot and pass, I think.
Good decision by Train there, as Flett was well marked by Warren on straight play. Not enough on that, but well covered by Warren. So Emirates turn the ball over and now comfortably on the attack through court.
So still commanding lead here by Scotland. We just need somebody to grab the game and control it a bit. 49-25, 3 minutes to go. Boland doing what she's done extremely effectively this game.
a Scotland free pass just inside the circle. Kieran's offloading the ball to Flett. Missing a good tip off by Warren to win the ball back for Emirates.
Well kept in there by Borley. Looking for some options. Just running out of space down on the end of that court there.
Oh, nice movement by Nina Mort. Just shaking off the defence.
Nice front cut.
Nice shooter-to-shooter ball from Flett to Cairns.
And that
Burks
takes
again.
Scotland up to their half-century double the score of Emirates, 50-25. So in some ways, it's anybody's tournament.
It says it's wide open.
So far, there's wins and losses by all the teams underneath England.
Absolutely.
So far.
And good box out there by Bowen to win the rebound for Scotland. This needs a bit of help and more movement from our front players to bring the ball through.
So what can these two teams do in this last minute? Very cool. Cairns happy to put another one away. 51 against 25. Their centre pass.
Good pressure again by Warren. You see the speed of her feet as she works her way around Kerris's body.
Both these teams still putting in a huge amount of effort. Right, ball on. Fortunate for Alan, she couldn't quite keep that in.
Just not at the right position to take the throw in, the umpire, and just making it clear where she wants it from.
She saw it.
She saw the clock winding down and let it go.
Yeah, absolutely. Great effort, almost came off. So the two teams here head to their benches at the end of three-quarter time. Scotland in a convincing lead, 52 goals to 25. So thoughts on that quarter, Jerry?
Yeah, I think Scotland have certainly settled into their game well, even taking into context all the changes that they've made. The players have come on and settled quickly and been able to keep progressing and pushing forward. Emirates, certainly, you know, they're working really hard. They're not making it easy for Scotland. They just need to stick to their own game plan, not be drawn into a speedier game than they want to. They certainly played the ball a bit more composed this morning. If they go back to that game plan, they might get a few more goals on the board in the last quarter to give them that confidence back.
So there is something about closing up the last quarter of a game when you're playing a tournament of this nature, being prepared for what's going to come next. Emirates take to the court tomorrow at 12 o'clock against Wales. Wales, as we know, beat Scotland by 9 goals earlier on today. England and Northern Ireland are up first, then Scotland take on Northern Ireland, and the day finishes with Emirates versus England. So huge amount of netball tomorrow for all of these players.
Absolutely, and as you said, you know, a few moments ago, everyone's won a game now. Everyone's got in the tournament has an opportunity to progress through and stay in the championship section. So every goal counts. Goal difference can come into this at the end of the day and make a difference to the finishing places.
And as always, we talk very much about netball being a team sport. Jerry, not only on the court with the players, but the people supporting on the bench, the coaches and the managers and officials. But here we have a wonderful team of bench officials supporting, and of course Team White. And as we know, all of these people do this job as volunteers, and we're grateful for their input.
Absolutely, it's amazing. It is, as we call it, the team behind the team, and there are so many of them, and the sport just wouldn't exist without them. So it's a great effort. I'm really, really grateful for all the time these people give to our sport.
And we are bringing you some of the replays of the highlights of this last quarter. Huge amount of positive netball, and remember, some of these players are 14, 15 and 16 years old, so playing at this level of intensity and quality when they're so young.
Yeah, it is huge, and it's a huge responsibility, and many of them won't have played in front of an audience before. They certainly won't have had their games live streamed and watched by thousands and millions of people across the globe, so it is a lot for them to experience, but it is our sport now, which is fabulous. So it's great preparation. As we said earlier, we're hopeful that many of these young people go on to represent their country at senior level, so it's a really good training ground and getting them ready for what this sport is now.
And as we've said earlier, not only do we have a full weekend of netball to bring you from Huddersfield here, I can tell you, very pleased to announce that we will be live streaming from Gibraltar next weekend. 3 days of fantastic competition there as well. We head to the Rock for next week, Friday to Sunday, 5 amazing member countries playing. There'll be more about that on our live feed on our Twitter account, so watch out for that later this weekend, and we'll tell you more about it. Of course, bringing to you courtesy of our partners QTV Sport and Gibraltar Media, who are supporting the live streaming. So it looks like we have some changes, certainly for Scotland. New defensive lineup here, Jerry.
Yeah, we see Emma Grant coming back on to goalkeeper. We see the introduction of Kirsty Randall at goal defence. She played for a short time in the game this morning. So certainly a new combination up the back.
And for Emirates, Sethi is back on at goalkeeper. Stapley still there at goal defence. Good rebound position by the Emirati defenders there.
Great pressure again by McMichael, just making it not easy to bring the ball down court by any means. And unfortunately called for toe on the line, one of the bugbears of this game.
What's the rule? Foot up to but not touching the line. Nice 1-2 between the shooters. 53-25. Great hands there by Randall.
Yeah, just enough pressure to force the error. Good play by Cairns. A nice step forward and converts the shot, bringing the score to 25 Emirates, 54 Scotland, and Scotland centre pass.
We forget not only are these players young, but they have to deal now with the pressure of everyone being able to watch them on live streaming. It's not just the match reports that people can see, they actually can see people playing on court at this level.
Yeah, and comments on Twitter, you know, hopefully complimentary, but it's a different game from many years ago for these young people to get used to. But such, in a way, a positive that we are exposing the sport so well.
And we've seen, I think, netball growing exponentially across the region in all our member countries, partly perhaps because of more TV live streaming coverage of the sport generally. Certainly the success that some of the teams have experienced, in particular England netball winning Commonwealth Games last year.
Absolutely, that was just such a profile raiser for our sport at this side of the world, and it's something we've all enjoyed. It was a fantastic tournament for the sport. To see the England Roses step up and win gold was awesome. A really good win of the ball there for Scotland by Randall. Unlucky for Sethi there, she's really contesting the ball against Cairns. Just called for contact. Umpire just clarifying her decision to the players there.
Nice little rebound by Fleck. It's all about the positioning in that circle, isn't it, for the rebound?
Absolutely.
So if you've enjoyed the live streaming here this weekend, don't forget to tell your friends about the Netball Europe Twitter and Facebook accounts. Please come and follow us. We'll keep you up to date with all that's the greatest and good in the region. And of course we have some fantastic opportunities here, all the teams that are playing, all the netball that's going to be happening, the British Fast Five, many of the players across the region are involved in Super League.
Yeah, it's a great time for our sport. It's certainly on the rise, and really enjoying the exposure we're enjoying at the moment. Bit of a loose ball through court there, but picked up by Cairns and converted.
59 now, Scotland 25 to Emirates. They are, the pressure from Scotland just beginning to show, I think, in this quarter now.
Absolutely, they're really sticking to task and forcing some errors from Emirates.
Big shot from Cairns, very calmly taken. And as always, as well as the volunteers that make our sport happen, we're grateful for support from our partners, such as Inspire Sport. Great partner for us, because they're all about tours to some of our member countries here in the region. So not only do you get to go and see parts of Europe, but you also get to go and play some great netball. And Heerden. Nice shot. I said that in unison. In unison, absolutely.
Good pressure by Emirates there, forcing Scotland's centre pass back.
Fleck just playing that nice, calm guard attack position. Good choice there into Cairns under the post. Allen takes the Emirates score to 27. Scotland ahead on 62.
Good support by Randall, and nice ball into pocket to McMichael. Good spot over to Fleck.
Nice rebound by Cairns. And of course, as we all are, if you're netball mad, not only can you tune into what we're doing in the region on our Netball Europe Twitter this weekend on #NE under17 champs, you can also join one of our partners, the Netball Show, and see some more about this weekend, catch up on some interviews, and generally find out what's going on in the netball world.
Great defensive hands there by Allen.
Nice passage of play by Scotland there. 64 plays, 27.
And a good pick up by Sethi after the miss on the shot by Cairns, but she's hungry to win it back and does so, giving her an opportunity to convert.
As we mentioned earlier, the coaches of these teams are going to have the difficult task of picking their player of the match from the opposition.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good performances across the board.
Has anyone in particular stood out for you from either team now?
I think we've seen Erin Boland winning a lot of ball for Scotland. I think putting her back into that goalkeeper position was a bit of a game changer. She certainly brought that composure and stole a lot of ball. Cerys Cairns' shooting has been consistent, calm, composed, which is what you want, as you say, Lynn, that lifts the team when the balls are being converted.
Tip there by Sethi, getting her hands to that ball.
Yeah, and in terms of the Emirates, I do like the work rate of Warren. I think she puts a lot of pressure on the players, and just to see that the use of the captain at either end of the court has been really, really good for them. She's bringing a lot to that team.
Nice by Cairns again. Good confident play around the top of that circle, using triangles.
Yeah.
And all the opportunities to bring the ball in easily to the two shooters. Nice ball.
She is, and she's a strong take. You know, she's been putting a lot of pressure on in the takes, but stands strong, and two hands to ball and takes it well.
So 68 plays, 28. Emirates have struggled to get a hold in this quarter a little bit.
They have, and it's probably a combination, you know, of the confidence that Scotland are putting out in court, but probably a little bit of tiredness creeping in now at the end of 2 games. Lovely goal from Allen though. It's a really nice centre pass.
Ooh, it's unlucky. Just perhaps a little bit too forward with her hands there, which pushed the ball a bit too far. But some of the coaches of the past, people like Waitamunu, saying on a regular basis, netball's a simple game.
Yeah.
You
Which
all
we
have
overly
the same
complicate.
single pass, centre passes, and everyone has the same opportunity, and we overcomplicate it. Is it that simple, Jerry?
Should be.
Well, we now are moving towards the end of the first day here at the Netball Europe U17 Championships in Huddersfield. It's flown by. We took to the court at 10 o'clock this morning, and with only 3 minutes to go, we'll see the end of our 4th game here at the university.
Really unlucky for Shapley there. She really stood up, took the interception, but just couldn't steady her feet. Called for footwork.
Credit to all of these players. There's nothing on show here which says they aren't still 100% committed. So 71 plays 29.
Great work by Grant there, just putting the doubt into the feeder. They weren't able to feed the ball into Allen. Nice hands again by Randall. Oh, good tip. worked hard for that goal and deserved it.
Scotland centre pass. Just 2 minutes to go. That was a great move by Cairns. She saw it coming and knew she had to reposition quickly.
I think she felt Sethi on her back coming. Great rebound by Sethi, out to Shapley. Again, pressure by Cairns, hands over the ball, almost winning it back.
Just that hesitation to release the ball causing footwork.
Good first time release by Chain into Cairns. He's looking to offload again.
So good travelling support for all the teams here this weekend.
Yeah, it has been really good. It's lovely to see, you know, the amount of friends and families that are coming out to support these young players. We saw some school children in the building this morning, which was nice. Hoping one day they'll be taken to court at under-17s representing their countries.
And of course, many of the players are still school children themselves. But not only athletes, but role models.
Absolutely.
For those coming up through the sport. 30 seconds to go.
And great commitment, as you say, Lynn, at this stage of the game by every player. There's not an easy pass being made, highly contested.
Absolutely impressive and great to see by both teams. So we're heading down, 10 seconds now on the clock.
See the awareness by Shapley there, trying to get the ball into her shooter. Well read by Grant, but footwork called.
That was an interesting end to the game. I'm not sure the shooter quite realised that.
I think the umpires has given a pass or shot, so the game's not technically over yet, even though time's ran out.
To get people off the court, there was a degree of confusion. Umpires very clear, as always.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure. There we go.
Yeah, I think
The
potentially
hooter will
the
have
little
it.
umpire's buzzers on their arm didn't quite go off there, so Hooter's called time.
So there we are at the end of a very busy day of netball here in Huddersfield. We've seen Scotland and Emirates play twice today. The game tonight, Scotland take a convincing win, 72 goals to 30. End-to-end entertainment. All the benches have been rotated. Everyone's had a chance to play. How would you summarise that game, Jerry?
Yeah, I think it's a win that Scotland needed to have, you know, on the back of a disappointment for them in terms of the score this morning. So I'm sure they'll be happier with what they put out this afternoon and taking this forward into tomorrow. I think Emirates have really done themselves proud today. They came out and blew the competition apart with their win this morning, and there's certainly a lot of talented young players in that squad, so a great opening day for this competition.
So I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here today. Please join us tomorrow. It's a Saturday, so hopefully many of you won't need to work. What else would you do but sit and watch 4 wonderful games of netball here in Huddersfield? I'd like to thank you, Jerry, for being with us today.
You're welcome.
Great, and the support is brilliant. Also thanks to our sponsors, Inspire Sport, Yorkshire and Humberside Netball, QTV Sports, all of you at home for watching and tuning in. We really hope you've had a great game today, 72-30 here, 4 great games, and we will see you tomorrow morning just before 10. Good night.